So today I'm actually going to be taking you down a certain memory lane to where I'm actually...
And now for something completely different.
I'm going to play for you a full live performance in its entirety. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to pause the video. I almost want to try my best to show you guys what exactly I went through. To really set the tone, the year would have been something like 2020. I was just online looking at some videos. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I was just getting into Yakuza and everything else. I looked over at my YouTube recommended. Set the tone. So basically I just had to grab 2 songs for Dark. That was it. And just listening to some of the songs of like different bands. And I hear there's like Speed Boozers was one. It wasn't that good, so I moved on. There was another band. They were forgettable. There was another band. Might be Artist of the Week. I just need to get some songs together and might happen. And then I want, just get that in your head. I'm looking for metal, punk, speed metal, speed punk. So keep that in your mind. And all of a sudden... And then I see this image. And I'm thinking, huh. A Japanese musician with a shamisen? I get this in my recommended. Now, this is the thumbnail that I see for metal, for punk, speed punk. That is not, by any means, metal right there. It's clearly a woman holding a shamisen. What is this? So?
Clearly.
Okay. I also remember thinking either YouTube recommended is lying to me, or this is one of the hardest things I would ever hear in my entire life. How about that? So it's all written in Japanese. You have my attention. And so basically I ended up taking a look at this music video. I want to take you down the same power trip that I went to. Now, just kind of put that in your head. I was strictly going by this image. This is the experience that I went through. Let's go hit the stage. I'm not pausing, and I'm definitely not going to talk over the video. I'm actually going to wait until the end of the video to say my piece. So, that being said, let's go hit the stage. Okay, so I actually lied. We're not hitting the stage, but we are going to be doing this particular setup. Also, hi, I'm over here.
System. Raise the roof, bitch!
I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to play the clip. And let's see what we have. Now, to be fair, when I originally saw this particular image, it was like I listened to a song and this was just like, you know, when you see the recommended stuff after a video, this was one of the thumbnails and I just clicked on it. So I'm not going to say another word, and I'm not pausing, not stopping. We're doing this to the very end. So let's take a look at this particular video. And I got maybe a little bit to say afterwards. So let's go do this. Also, I might need my headphones for this. Let's do it.
I put my back into it, dude. You know when you go on stage and you got to do your thing, and it's like.
No, this way. Straight to rock and roll. Here we go. Hello, Cleveland. Hello, Cleveland. Let's go in.
You must have made a wrong time.
We gotta go another way. Other way.
So yeah, that was that was a very, very interesting experience. Yeah, needless to say, like I freaking loved that song. So, okay, how do I talk about Wagakki Band? Which, by the way, did I even say the name during the intro? I don't need to, because the band speaks for themselves. Why did I go with this band? Why did I play this song? Why did I have to look at that thumbnail? Ladies and gentlemen, when I originally created this channel, thought I want to go with the name Live to Win in honor of my favorite band, Motorhead. Lemmy Kilmister is an amazing human being. So I always said, he's got the tattoo, Born to Lose, Live to Win. Either it's Born to Lose or Live to Win. That's my name that I'm going to be going with. I absolutely love Motorhead. That is never going to change. They ain't going anywhere. But, needless to say, when I discovered Wagakki Band, had I discovered these guys sooner, I would have not been Live to Win. And possibly I would have spelled it correctly. Because I was making accounts, I didn't
some of the name was already taken, so I had to alternate. But I would have went with Live to Win Wagakki. I'm not going to change it on Twitter. I'm not going to change it on Twitch, YouTube. But I figured in my Discord, I could go ahead and kind of do what would have been. So in Discord, I decided to go with Live to Win Wagakki. I also went with the name Wagakki in my Persona 4 playthrough, so I kind of love that. A little bit of a homage there. I kind of changed some overlays. You may notice that my Ace of Spade now has hidden in the Ace of Spade. On the scene that you're currently watching, you will notice that there is a slight Wagakki in the...
Oh my fucking god.
Did you just now noticed?
Oh, I don't watch the stream as it's going, so I just unpaused it and I fucking see it.
I changed that.
When I saw this moment right here in the music video, I swear to you, when I was watching this, and I'm even looking at the timeline of the music video, this moment is the most played moment. I saw this particular moment. I leaned in when I saw this moment because, like, in the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, so the music is, you know, pretty good. That opening sequence to where you got like the red lights, the band is just kind of like doing their thing. The guitarist is doing like phenomenal work. I saw all of this. I was thinking, this is awesome. This is like one of my all-time favorite bands. When I saw this bit that's playing right now on screen, I thought, okay, so this is like a decent, interesting rock band. Seems pretty good. The guitarist and bassist here are just amazing. I think they actually do phenomenal work here. You notice that there's actually two drummers going in. One of them is doing more of like a feudal Japan kind of type of instrument, drum instrument, and then you got your regular like rock instrument. Wagakki band has a grand total of 8 members. They have a blend of folk and modern rock blended so nicely together. This is how I discovered this band. Needless to say, I deep dived heavy into this band.
I don't believe you.
You're a liar!
Wagakki band ended up becoming one of my most favorite bands I've discovered, and I actually hated myself. How did I not hear of this band at all? Because this is f***ing awesome. Like, this is really f***ing good. This whole bit right here, like, it's all really good. It's the moment to where they bring in the shamisen. That was the moment to where your jaw drops and it's like, what experience are we about to actually go through here? This was so good that, like, if I could redo my main channel
Are you sure about that?
and my secondary channel all over again, my full name would be Live to Win Wagakki. All because of this moment right here on screen. When this moment happened, I think her name is Ninagawa Benny. When she took the stage, for me, she stole the show. At this point, I was just fixated on just... I love the outfits. I think the outfits is perfect. I also kind of like how I feel like each character, each member of the band is kind of like, they have like their own look, their own style. There was just something about seeing somebody with pigtails and playing a shamisen with a rock band. Like, I also that is, I think that's the basis that's rocking out right there. But that moment, yeah, this moment right here, like that was an awesome bit. When I saw this, my jaw dropped, and it's like I wanted to know more. I wanted to hear more. This was my gateway drug into wanting to know more about Japan and the music scene and what bands are coming out these days. This was the band that made me think, what have I been doing the past couple of years. I want to know more. The performance that we are seeing here is, the song is called, the first song is called Homura. The second part is called Akatsuki no Ito. This whole opening bit is just a thing to just get the crowd wild up. I walked away from this and was blown away. I still kind of get chills, like, just looking at this, listening to this. Oh God. And then this moment here to where you go from rock and everything comes down. When it came to this moment right here, you see the glow sticks move down and it's like, oh, we're going into Akatsuki no Ito. We go from the hype song to just get everyone wild up, just get like a good reaction out of everybody. And then you bring it down, and then you bring in the string instrument. I used to remember all the names of these instruments. I always thought it was awesome at this part in the performance to where the drummer, Wasabi, kind of hits the gong at one point, and you see this back tattoo. Always thought how metal that kind of looked. Also, I figured I'll point this out as well. I also discovered that Wasabi, he actually has colon cancer. Luckily, they caught the cancer early, and he's looking to make a full recovery. So, that's good news. I love Wagakki Band, to the point to where I wanted my full channel name to be Live to Win Wagakki. I'm planning on having that become the name of my second channel. I forgot I recorded this back when I didn't have a second channel created yet. At the time of this recording, I'm gonna be completely blunt. I kind of botched on the Twitch channel, and I actually didn't go with the name Live to Win Wagakki, and I kind of want to keep it under wraps. I'm trying to be vague with details. I kind of don't mind because we're doing a lot of editing right now.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This is my third batch of videos that I'm coming out for the channel. I absolutely love Wagakki. Senbon Sakura is the song that is playing right now on screen. I could sit here all day and just talk about how much I love this band. Honestly, it almost kind of brings me to tears because this was just an amazing experience. Needless to say, we will be checking out more of Wagakki Band here on this channel. There is one last bit of news, mixed opinions and reactions to this, but to my understanding, the band did take a hiatus. I recently discovered that. I hope this is just like a mild hiatus, like everyone's just kind of taking a break from touring and what have you. Be that as it may, I love Wagakki Band, every single member. When I saw this live performance, I was blown away by the guy on the flute because he was head banging like crazy throughout the entire performance. Sometimes my brain just fixates on things. I was picking up on how hard that the guy on the flute was like, he was head banging like crazy. I was like, did you know that Dave Mustaine from Megadeth is like, he can't headbang anymore because he screwed up his neck in the process.
Your neck, famously, you're headbanging for decades and decades. You had a neck condition.
Yeah, I had a bone break in my neck, and I was at the hands of a chiropractor. So they had to fuse my neck together. So my motion and my range of motion has been really messed up. I've got a plate in my neck, and it just really fucked everything up.
Like he actually can't do it anymore. But yeah, that's the end of the video for the most part. I really wish I discovered this band way sooner, but for whatever reason, it took 2020 to discover this band, and once I discovered it, I was blown away. This band is just something else. I absolutely love this band. The fusion of like folk music, Japanese folk music, and your modern everyday rock. Just it has a nice fusion together. I will admit, because there's 8 members, it's hard to kind of come up with some good music to make sure that everyone has their spot correct for a song. So I will admit there are some songs to where it definitely leans into more of a rock style. There are other songs that, so it kind of drowns out some of the traditional instruments. And then there are just songs to where everything just flows together. And me personally, I do like it when I feel like the traditional folk side of things is kind of more profound, because they're there, so why not have essentially a spotlight on all of that and then have the other instruments work around. But then again, that wouldn't have your variety that you could come up with. We are going to be checking out more videos from this band, and we'll even be checking out not only the song that we just heard, but there is a music video for Senbon Sakura that we will be checking out on this channel. For now, I'm gonna leave you with that, and I hope you were just as blown away as I was, because I tried my best to frame it exactly like how I experienced it. I'm sorry for ranting, but unfortunately, this is just me. This is what you get. I like to talk about the things that I love, and I'm just that guy. So the live performance that we just saw, I'm going to put that as a link in the description below. But I'm also going to go ahead and post a standalone song as well from the official Wagakki band YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting that in the description below, just in case if you want the studio version. I'm a fan of kind of more of the studio performances personally, but I fully understand that live performances, you could really do something unique. And quite frankly, I think we just saw it just a couple minutes ago. You know what I mean? I personally like studio performances, but there are times to where a live performance could really kind of make everything more profound and very unique. So needless to say, we kind of saw that in the video that we just saw. So links to the live performance will be down in the description, along with a studio performance of Akatsuki no Ito, the second song that we saw from the live performance. I really do hope that you check those out on your own time, but also you want to support the channel, links to support me would also be down in the description below, and I do appreciate everybody that does so. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Born to lose, live to win. I love you guys. See you in the next one. Later.
Desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened somewhere today. We've got some footage here of the bullshit, which began just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, when residents in this neighborhood were shocked to see this fairly common thing happening. An attractive witness described the event in breathless terms.
I went to my window and I was like, whoa, there's some bullshit happening.
And you listen, your listeners you're talking about these people.
I'm an older man, so you can trust what I say.